I got this cute little secretary desk from Facebook Marketplace. Although it looked in pretty good condition on the pictures on Facebook, I have to say it was again in pretty bad condition. It had a crack on the tabletop and behind the drawer there was a hole. And that wasn't the only hole, also on the top there was a hole. The crack on the tabletop was pretty severe, but it was repairable. The side of the secretary desk needed some repair work too. And on the back side, well, there's that big hole again. Looks like there is enough work to do, so let's get started. Hello, my name is Leen. Welcome to my channel New Renaissance. Join me in my passion, where I bring old furniture back to life. I gently laid the secretary desk on the operating table for the first repairs. And here comes the handsome surgeon. My husband screwed in some metal reinforcement plates at the bottom of the worktop so that the crack wouldn't expand any further. He filled in the crack with wood filler and also repaired all the other holes. Unfortunately, I was too busy watching this handsome surgeon that I forgot to film it. I washed and degreased the secretary desk so that the paint can adhere very well. For my base coat, I chose the color Chateau Grey from Annie Sloan. This elegant grey-green chalk paint color is actually inspired by the earthy color created when decorative painters mixed all their leftover paints together. It is a traditional color found in French woodwork. For all the little edges and corners that were so typical for secretary desks, I used a small flat paintbrush. This is how everything looked after one coat of Chateau Grey. For the next steps, I used Graphite, Chateau Grey and Honfleur. I also put a can of old white over there, but I decided not to use it. For the technique that we are using on this piece, you will also need a spray mister and a sponge. What I'm going to do next is called color meshing, but it's actually a sort of blending technique where you use your sponge to blend all the colors together. First, you put on the colors on all the different areas where you want your colors to be. I started with Graphite on the outer edges, then Honfleur, and I also used Chateau Grey in the middle. For every different color, you will have to use a separate paintbrush. You want to keep your paint as moist as possible, because this will help you move the paint around. And then you start blending by tapping the sponge over your wet paint. Every time you see me duck down, it's because I am cleaning my sponge in a bucket of water. You will have to clean your sponge very regularly in between. But fortunately that is very easy, since chalk paint is water-based. You just dip the sponge into the water, you wring all the water out, and you just continue tapping. Once I was done blending, I decided to put on a transfer from Redisgn with Prima called Life in Full Bloom. I measured out where the center of my piece was, so I could put the transfer right in the middle. Once I was very sure where I wanted the transfer to be, I pulled back the release paper. With the sticky side facing down, I stuck the transfer to the secretary desk. With the little wooden stick that came with the transfer, I rubbed off the design on the piece of furniture. I measured out how much I needed from the second part of the transfer, and then I cut off all the rest that I didn't need. I wanted the transfer to look like it had been on the piece for decades. Therefore, I sanded the transfer to give it a very distressed look. I also put some flowers on the little drawers. And to blend in the design of the flowers completely, I decided to put a transfer on both sides of the secretary desk. It is possible to put 2 or even more transfers on top of each other, so the design blends in a little bit more. Here I am using the text as a base and I am putting the flowers on top of it. I protected the piece using some clear wax. Where it was difficult to reach with a brush, I just used my hands and the cloth. For all the edges and corners, I used some black wax as well. I love how the clear wax really deepens the tone of the colors. You can see that process very well here on the side of the secretary desk. Also, on the side of the secretary desk, I am using a little bit of black wax in the corners. And we're done! Let's get ready for the reveal! Here's just a quick reminder of how the secretary desk used to look like, with all the cracks and holes. And here is how it looks now. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. I hope to see you again soon. Bye!